Hey everybody, welcome to this week's recap of Survivor Tocantins. Yeah, I'm all alone. Maddie is out on a trip until Sunday, so I'm going to post Survivor today. And tomorrow you can look for Hell's Kitchen. So she'll be back on Sunday. We got to start by giving a shout out to Irelandman. Happy Irish Independence Day. So last time on Survivor, Brendan was voted off. It was a total blindside. And Sierra is feeling all alone right now. So she approaches Coach, and Coach is feeling like he won already, and he doesn't need her, and she should just shut up and do what he says, and she's made her bed, so she should lie in it. So Sierra is desperate. She's totally working the crowd. She gets all the way around to Tyson, and he's like, I hate you. You gotta go. That's all there is to it. You are the next to go. Encouraging. So it's time for the reward challenge, and there's going to be 2 teams of 4, and you have to each team has to collect 4 puzzle boards and line them up a certain way so that the holes in them show 7 vowels added with 7 letters representing the 7 continents. Yeah, it's going to make a phrase, a 4-word phrase. So the reward for this challenge was pretty sweet. It was a local feast, and the food was amazing. Plus, kung fu fight dancing, also known as capoeira, which was also on America's Next Top Model this week. Tyra, you've been hanging out with Jeff. So, Team 1 with the red team consisted of Debbie, Tyson, JT, and Erinn. Team 2, the black team, consisted of Coach, Stephen, Sierra, and Taj. Ooh, they split the major powers there. Tyson and Coach were on 2 different teams. So, the red team annihilated the black team. This was especially hard for Coach because he's Mr. Kung Fu, dark arts, martial arts, you know. He's like a warrior. He deserves to win, and Jeff definitely took the salt and rubbed it a little bit in Coach's wounds, and Coach wasn't too happy about that. And also, along with winning the reward, they got to send one of the losing team to Exile Island, and that would be Stephen. So, sorry Stephen. They have to send you. In case there's a new idol, they don't want Sierra to get it. So, the reward feast, like I said, was awesome. But when you eat all that food like a maniac, and then you do your capoeira, breakdance, fighting, dancing, it ends up resulting in puking. Right, Erinn? She said she was the kid at the party who ate everything really fast and then ended up in the corner throwing up. I've been there. Alright, so back at camp, Sierra has absolutely no one right now. Nobody likes her. Nobody wants her around. And she's trying to warn them that things are going to be happening if they get rid of her, because the game is going to be set on its ear because there's snakes in the grass. And Erinn's like, who? And she's like, do you think I'm going to tell you, Erinn? Because Erinn's one of the snakes. So Coach and Sierra have a little chat, and basically he tells her, honey, it's death before dishonor. You're going to have to fall on your sword and do the honorable thing. But then she reminds Coach, would you do that, Coach? Would you just give up? And of course the answer is no. So it's time for the immunity challenge, and it was a cold, pouring rain. Everybody was freezing. It ends up being Survivor Shuffleboard. So each person gets 3 pucks to try and get their puck closest to the X, which would win them immunity. So there's a little twist though. If you feel confident enough not needing immunity, you could sit out and have a pizza feast. And let me tell you, those pizzas weren't just cheese pizzas. They had like Hawaiian pizza, meatball pizza, pepperoni pizza. They had like they had like 6 pizzas at least for whoever wanted to sit out. So everybody chose a rock from the bag, and at the same time they showed their rock if they wanted to sit out, and they showed an empty hand, I guess, if they wanted to stay in the challenge. So Coach, JT, and Stephen were feeling pretty confident, so they decided that they were going to take the feast and not even bother competing. So in the end, to cut to the chase, Debbie, at the last move, knocked Sierra's piece away from the X and won individual immunity, which really sucked for Sierra because she was already celebrating, thinking that she had it, and Debbie knocked her out. So it was tough for Sierra because she was this close. It's a good time when you have a strong player and they don't win immunity to get rid of them. So Erinn, Stephen, and Taj were pretty much thinking of dumping Tyson this week. As much as they hate Sierra, it would be good to get rid of the big fish. So they're really thinking about getting rid of Tyson, and they talked to JT about it, and he's totally in on it, but he doesn't know, but I think he's in on it. Coach, he's still telling everybody about his Warrior Alliance and how honorable it is, and he really trusts JT and everyone, so he's not really worried at all. It's time for Tribal Council. Bring out the jury. Brendan, he was looking pretty happy, even though he got blindsided last week. So Jeff does his little talk with the survivors. Sierra, Jeff, if I go home, it's not going to be a blindside. That's for sure. Tyson, he's feeling pretty confident. And guess what? He loves everybody there except for Sierra. That was really cold. And Jeff is totally intrigued by Tyson's bitch assiness towards Sierra. You know, he can't understand why he hates her so much. What the hell happened? Then it's time for a little comic relief. Coach entertains everyone with his whole philosophy of what's honorable and what's not honorable, and it was pretty funny. Coach, you're quite the raconteur. So, Coach, in the end, it comes down to, I trust JT, I looked into his eyes, I know where he's from, I know a handshake means I trust you. No idol is played. So it's time for the vote. And Tyson's smile turns into a frown because he is totally blindsided by a vote of 5-3. 3 votes for Sierra, 5 for Tyson. Oh, it was so sweet. Even though I love Tyson, it was sweet to see him blindsided. Next time, oh, this is a good one. Coach, Debbie, and Erinn are at Sierra's mercy. My, how the tides have turned. Till next week, much love.